All right, so we're live there. Let's go live on Instagram.
Oh yeah, that was my pizza. That's from Hobnob. Looks like this new
Yep.
place in East Lansing. It's really good.
That picture is like fire. I wasn't even hungry till I looked at it.
I know. I'm not hungry. What do we have for lunch? Oh, we had Qdoba.
I just had a turkey sandwich, like any other Monday. But hot dogs will be good tonight. There he is. Speaking of Shaggy, he is in the house.
Dude, I have a weird week because it's like I have today off, then work Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday is graduation. Friday, I'm playing in a golf outing plus the band banquet, and then boom, Emily's like graduation party. It's crazy.
So is graduation like at night or is it some?
Yeah, it's like 7 p.m.
Yeah, cool.
at the Breslin Center.
Oh, nice. Dang.
Yeah, I know it's kind of funny. Like she's gonna graduate high school at Michigan State, but not college.
Yeah, that is
I
weird.
always knew she was gonna graduate at the Breslin Center.
just
not at this capacity. We just made a funny board for her open house. It's like her Michigan announcement, but then we just have it surrounded by like her wearing Michigan State clothes through the years.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. All right. When's our next Run Disney event? Mine is Scott's is Wine and Dine.
Wine and Dine. I'm on the next one. Well, I guess there's a Disneyland one, right? Don't they do like a summer one now again?
Yep. They do the Halloween. I think it's Halloween themed.
Dang, I'm kind of like wishing I was doing the January because it's going to be the last one for a little bit again at Disneyland.
I know.
And it's like I love like the small world. Like there's some cute medals, if I recall.
Oh, they are. I didn't even look at the medals. Yeah. That's I'm doing Dopey in January.
So I was like, dang, I want to do the Disneyland one again.
Yep, that'll be it for me for a while. I mean, I always do Marathon Weekend in Disneyland, and we'll see. All right, listener questions, and then we're doing a potpourri show for Friday, and then we're going to grill hot dogs on the deck with the girls. That's why we're early. All right, here we go. Ooh, dude, we're gonna cross the 2,700 threshold today. Actually, it's more than that.
That's your number. That's your birth number.
That is. So actually, we're at 2,792. I'm looking at the real account, but we'll pretend.
So I always think, is Pirate our friend Richard?
That's Richard in North
Carolina. That's what I think. Yeah. Okay.
Sweet. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Awesome dude, man. I love him.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Great family.
All right, we'll do that one off the top. Even though we have tons in the inbox, we got to get to. So we're gonna go quickly on the questions today. So keep them coming. We love your questions and the.
So we're gonna do rapid fire, like Family Feud, like final showdown, just like boom, give an answer and go.
We're not gonna go long form Ricky answers today. We're gonna go real quick, Mike and Scott, short attention span answers. Oh, I do.
July. That's why I thought it was Richard because I knew Richard was going to. Him and I chatted the other day. I thought they were going to Disneyland.
Disneyland in July is like a great time to go.
Yeah, it is.
All right, here we go. 2699. Last one of the 2 6s. Welcome to episode 2699 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're having a great week, and thank you so much for dropping in for another episode of the Be Our Guest Podcast. Today, you're in for a treat because it's a Mike and Scott show. That's right. Ricky and Pam are out enjoying life at the Disney destinations, having a good old time. And Scott and Mike are here keeping things real. That's what we do. We're going to have a good time talking Disney, answering your listener questions today. We have a crew I can already see tuned in live as we do a European special. We're recording live not only early in the afternoon, but on a national holiday. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. And thanks to, everybody again, appreciating everybody who has served and given the ultimate sacrifice to our country. We appreciate those folks who, did that so that we can have a great country here in the States. So we are here. We're going to have a great time answering those listener questions. Scotty G, it's almost like a Sunday night on a Monday as we record live, and we're putting the show out here on a Wednesday. I don't know what day of the week it is, but how are things up in East Lansing, Michigan today?
Going pretty well. The weather is nice. The sun is shining. That's always a plus because we've had the cloudiest May. I feel like, the Temptation said I got sunshine on a cloudy day. It feels like the month of May. It has not felt like May this year. It has been so cloudy and rainy and cold, but enjoying those last few days of May while we're getting some nice weather now.
Oh, dude, you're referencing my girl on
I
the
am.
week that your girl
I
graduates
know.
high school. So
Ugh,
tomorrow's the big graduation for you guys
Yep,
as the show releases, and then the big parties on this weekend, right?
it is. Absolutely. So yeah, it's crazy that the graduation day is tomorrow. She graduates at the Breslin Center, where Michigan State men's and women's play basketball. Got some volleyball, all sorts of great events there at the Breslin Center. And now Emily's going to be graduating as the valedictorian too of the school, which
Oh
is
my.
pretty spectacular. So, what a day it's going to be.
So on Friday, we're going to do what I call the Everything Walt Disney World, or the Everything podcast show. We're going to do a little hot takes over under the drop one out of the three. We're just going to kind of do all the game shows that we do kind of all in one on a quick Friday show because we're just hanging out on a holiday as we record this podcast. But let me ask you this, over under the chances that you choke up at the graduation with not only your daughter's graduating, but I mean, your daughter's graduating as the valedictorian, getting up there, cap and gown, delivering the address to her peers. I mean,
So she won't do the address.
she won't. Okay, she won't.
No. So
I don't even know
they
how
kinda,
that works. Okay,
so they kind of do like an audition. It's usually like the popular people that do the at our school.
is
So
it really? I don't even know how it works.
yeah, and that was not her scene. And I'll say, like, her school is so competitive. There's actually like I think 16 valedictorians. It's basically anyone that carried a perfect 4.0, and like it's competitive. I mean, everyone's doing AP classes, going to Michigan State doing classes and stuff too. So it's like the top students, and they just carried it out the whole time in high school. So I think there's 16 of them, which is crazy. I mean, it's still awesome.
Absolutely
To be in.
Like, thank God 16 people aren't giving speeches. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
that'd be ridiculous.
Right.
Like,
So I think they kind of have like the student council do the speeches. It's interesting. Like they do an audition process and all this. And Emily was like, "Nah, I don't want to do that," which is fair.
Period. But I mean, what are the over under that you're not crying at the Saturday at the Breslin Center? I mean,
Thursday at the Breslin Center. Absolutely, I will be.
Sorry, dude, I got the days all mixed up, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you're crying this week, right? I mean,
I'll be crying. I kind of did at the they did the senior send off, which was kind of cool, where they went to their elementary school in their cap and gown and walked around. And they went through both middle schools, and then all the high schoolers were in the football stadium cheering them as they went through a tunnel through the teachers. Then they did this cool thing on the field, and then the parents made a tunnel for them to walk through. Yeah, and then I just kind of lost them when the kids were running, like with the parents clapping them on. It was a cool moment for sure. But so I will. I mean, it's got to be at least like 9.5 over under.
You're so done. You're so done. I'm so excited for you.
And you get to do it next year. I'll be experienced. I mean, you've done this with Paige, but now like this is like your baby. Your last one. So it's gonna. Yeah, I know it's gonna be rough for you.
But like they're so far apart, right? They're 11 years apart. Like I forgot everything, right? I mean, I remember.
Now you got to relearn.
I know. Like, I mean, dude, I remember going to like Paige's Mizzou graduation not that long ago. I mean, that was a long time ago. That was college. In like her high school graduation and like her senior soccer game where you go out in the soccer field and. Oh, dude, I'm not ready for this again. It's trauma.
Yeah.
I can't.
Well, if you have a question, just call me. I would have just been living it. And you've heard so many of my stories throughout this past year. So,
dude, and I'm a crier, dude. I couldn't even watch Wishes or Happily Ever After at Walt Disney World without, dude.
I know. Well, we're getting like the open house boards and pictures, and we're just, oh my gosh, like just the era that we live in. Like my mom took a lot of photos, but my gosh, Liz just barely trimmed the surface of photos, and she printed over 800 photos this weekend to have printed at Walgreens. And that's not even like a fraction of the photos that we have.
And Liz is like a super like scrapbooker, like she's got the Cricut and all that stuff. Like she's great stuff, right? I mean, that's her jam.
I know. So it's going to be fun, but I know she's got a busy week creating all that. That's what they're doing right now as we talk. But we're here to answer listener questions. I don't need to cry in the BRS podcast already. Graduation hasn't even happened yet.
I know. And then we're going to celebrate on the Disney Magic here in just about a month. Can you believe it's almost here? Like it's around the next month. I mean,
I'm excited. I'm so ready.
All right. So we have a question here from our good friend Richard out in North Carolina,
Richard.
our pirate. I'm trying to get back to it here. Where is it? And anyway, he was
Counter
asking.
service, I
Oh, here it
believe,
is.
right?
Here it is. It was about quick service dining. Oh, here it is. Sorry, we got all the conversations. You started talking about graduation, all the conversation was going with that. What are your Disneyland quick service must dos? They're heading out to Disneyland in July. So what would you say? Lead us off. Quick
I
service.
mean, my number one always is I'm gonna say it wrong. It's Rancho del
I say Zocalo, but I mean,
Zocalo. Yeah, that
Pam
works for
says,
me.
Pam says it a different way. She says Zocalo or something, but
I say Zocalo too. So
who
I
knows?
love that spot. And you can grab a great table just looking over at Big Thunder. I love the menu. It's for like a quick service in like in Southern California. It just feels like it's some really nice, authentic Mexican food for just like a counter service. So highly recommend that. I think it's awesome there.
I agree. That's probably my top. Also, Red Rose Tavern at Disneyland, back in Fantasyland. God, I love that place. It's
Yeah,
got
Hungry Bear is like my close second. And got confirmation from a friend on Instagram that my Hungry Bear statue is still there. So that's good to hear. After their
it is.
refurbishment.
Yes, it is. It's the guy holding the like tray.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are good ones. I also love the place right next to Soren for a quick. It's not nothing fancy, but like a quick
That
protein
aviator place, or yeah,
like
that's really good.
hangar kind of place right there before going to Soren on the right. I go in there and get the like
So
breakfast.
Flo's used to be my go-to at Grand Californian, but I feel like over the last few years it's gone down a little bit. Like I loved rope dropping, Radiator Springs, doing a couple things, and going to Flo's for breakfast, and then just watch the race cars go by. That was one of my all-time favorite things to do. I think it's still great to do, but I think the menu is just not quite as it used to be.
So many good quick service places at Disneyland. I mean, you can't go wrong. It's a good place. All right, our good friend Shaggy over in Scotland also goes by Mohawk and also goes by Graham. What would you recommend for a Magic Kingdom / Seven Seas Lagoon area pre-party meal, quick service or otherwise? So I think he's going to. I'm pretty positive he's going to the Halloween party later this fall. So a pre-party meal, and again, I told the story last week of the pirate who got up on the table one time at Kona, and that was the most awesome thing I ever saw at Walt Disney World before a Halloween party I went to. Really, I mean, anything on the monorail loop works. Anything like a Geyser Point, Steakhouse 71, Kona, Captain Cook's.
Gasparilla is a go-to of mine. I really enjoyed their counter service over the last few years, and just that's always kind of like my go-to if you want to take a midday break too, right? Take the boat over. I know this is pre-party meal, so I like that option. Or I also enjoy, I like Steakhouse 71 as a go-to before the party, because then you can just walk over there, right? Pretty easy. Pretty easy to get over to the party, and it's fun being in the resorts before the party if you're in costumes.
Yeah.
The servers love it. Everyone like interacts with you, kind of like what you're talking about with the Kona thing. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Vern, here on YouTube says Gasparilla's favorite of hers. I would keep kind of maybe Geyser Point in your back pocket if you got a really nice weather day. Whether if it's hot though, you're going to be outside the rest of the party. Find somewhere inside, especially if you're going pre-party because it's going to be the heat of the afternoon.
So, Mike, get this. I'm in a situation that I feel like you've been in recently with like Paige, that I'm going to be in with Emily, being a college student now. So I had all these plans. So we're going to Wine and Dine. It's when Wine and Dine falls on Emily's 18th birthday. So I was like, sweet, we'll go down there for her 18th birthday. Not thinking about college, because like it was always easy, right? To just pull her out of high school. I mean, not always easy, but like, she could make up the work. She's the valedictorian. She got it done, right? That's always side note. Like I always joke, like,
yeah, she's good.
My daughter's a great example of like just hard work pays off. Like she missed so many days from Disney trips and all that, but you know what? She got home, she cranked out the work, she got it done first in her class. Anyway, but like, it's gonna be hard to pull her out of college. So I had all these plans for her for Wine and Dine, and I don't know if she's gonna be able to go. She's on the reservation. She's got Run Disney registration. But the thing is, like, if she auditions for the Michigan band and makes it, like a lot of her Saturdays are shot, and that weekend happens to be the weekend where Michigan plays in East Lansing against Michigan State.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Dude, you can't. That's my plans in the fall. Just can't happen.
I know. So we're gonna miss that game. I'm gonna at least miss it because I'm registered. But yeah, like Michigan always travels for that game too. So if she's in the band, she's not going. So then like that messes up like a lot of things, like the Halloween parties where I was getting at. Like, do I buy tickets for the Halloween party and how many do I get? Is it just me and Liz? So like I'm on the fence right now because I don't know what our traveling party is going to look like for that trip. It's kind of tricky.
What I say in that situation is you're already like 4 feet deep into the commitment. You don't dig the hole any deeper at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
just don't buy the party
ticket. But don't I wouldn't buy any more. Like
yeah, because like I don't want to buy party tickets for me and Liz if Emily ends up not coming. Be like, all right, see you, have fun. It's your 18th birthday. We're gonna go party without you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. Let's go to the inbox. Then we got I see you, Sean, over on Facebook. We're into your question too. Robin's got a question. Hey, Mike and BOGP crew. I hope everyone and their families are doing well. At first, I want to apologize for calling the monorail the train when I called it on Mother's Day. We called it the train so our son would understand the monorail is similar form of transportation to the subway here in New York City. Silly thing to apologize, but over here, I still give a face palm. Anyway,
yeah, no need to apologize for that.
Dude, a monorail, train, we're all good. We're all family. Anywho, my husband wants to plan a trip to see the Hoover Dam in 2033. I don't know why he picked that year, she says, and drive to Disneyland from there. Is it too early to make preliminary plans for Disneyland? I know you can't book anything. I know we still can't book anything. And there is no way of knowing what offers there might be, but I'm excited because it's our first time. Hoping to plan for the end of August to see Disneyland with Halloween decoration and overlays. Thank you so much for your time. Wishing everyone a spectacular day. Warm wishes as the brownie on top of the sundae at the plaza. Robin from Queens, New York. I know 2020 or 2033. Yeah, that's kind of a long way off.
Even Shaggy Mohawk doesn't plan that far in advance.
I mean, the very diehard Disney fans plan that far in advance. But what we call that is blue sky at this point. But that's one of those things, like you can't do firm plans, but you can start to like look at trends. You kind of just start to see, like you said, well, I mean, Halloween plans, but nothing will be set in stone for years. But you start to see like what hotel might I want to stay at, and what kind of things might I want to do. But yeah, you can't make definite plans, but you can start.
You can think about how many days you want. That there's things you want, other things you want to do in Southern California, like with the Dodgers game and things like that. So you can try to sprinkle in some of those things too. But yeah, I would just start with a hotel and spend 8 years researching and looking at videos, and yeah, it's gonna be all. I just think about how different Disneyland might be in 8 years. Isn't that crazy?
Doing the Disneyland forward plan, right? They just started that. I mean, you might actually see in 2033, you might actually start to see something.
I was like, oh yeah, maybe the 75th anniversary would still be going on, but no, it wouldn't. I think the 75th would be over still by then, because I mean, I know they do like 2 years of planning, so even the 75th would be done by then. It's kind of crazy.
That is nuts. But yeah, I mean, I like a person with a plan, and you definitely have it. So there you go. All right, Sean back on Facebook says, what's up, Mike and Scotty G? Question for you. I put together a 40-slide PowerPoint presentation for my wife and my friends on why to take a Disney cruise, and it worked.
Well done.
While my wife and I have been on the Dream and the Wish twice each and the Fantasy once, it'll be their first time taking a Disney cruise. What ship would you recommend for us to take them on? Their boys will be 13 and 11 when we decide to sail. Thanks.
I think I already know the answer. When you said 13 and 11-year-old boys, right? It's got to be the Treasure.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you can swing, I mean, financially, right? I mean, because the Treasure only does 7-night cruises. So that's going to be more expensive on the more.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about the budget, and I'm sure the budget was part of that 40 slide
budget thing. I mean, you're just going to start off with the more expensive side of cruising there because you got a 7-night minimum. But yeah, the one thing you might think of, I mean, if you're a Marvel fan, you could look at the Destiny out of Fort Lauderdale, which is going to be more Marvel themed, and those are 5-night cruises. And because they're out of Lauderdale, they're a little bit more affordable. You could look at that. And 13, 11-year-old boys might be Marvel fans. I don't know.
For sure.
Something you look at.
I think so.
But, I think you and I think we're both kind of that fantasy Dream fan. I think they're kind of the great layout.
I mean, that's my favorite. I only said the different one because I think Sean said they did the fantasy and the Dream a couple times already. But hands down, the Dream is my favorite ship, and I think it's just because I've done it the most. You know what I mean? But I mean, you can't go wrong. But yeah, I would, because the Fantasy has some interesting like itineraries too. Like they're even doing like some 5-nighters now, I want to say, right? So
Yeah, they're flex ships because right now the Fantasy's in Europe, but
yeah,
just look and see what you have the opportunity to book. But in general, and I know you, like you said, you sailed it, but I think for a first timer, and again, we're looking at the families going to be the first timers. The Dream and the Fantasy to me flow the best of all the Disney Cruise Line ships, and they have the most to offer. I mean, I think that they're going to, especially for 13 and 11-year-old kids, they're going to have the most to do. They're the perfect size. They just again,
I just think about that Hero Zone, like on the Wish class though. Like I see those.
It does have that. The Hero Zone rocks. I mean, that is definitely, yeah. If you could swing that, and again, maybe for a first time cruiser, the Wish works. I mean,
Yeah, because the 7-night could be too much for a first time cruiser too, right? Yeah.
Dip your toes in the water with a 4-night on the Wish. Like that's a good first. Yeah, I'm just, the Wish is. I mean, I'll be honest. The Wish is not my favorite ship, but it's aesthetics for me too a lot. Like because I love the Treasure, and they're the same. They're the same ship, just kind of painted differently, just themed differently, right? The Treasure is more very dark, and but I mean the nuts and bolts of the ships are the same. I mean, it's both got the Hero Zone, and they're just the things are called differently. But I like the Haunted Mansion Parlor versus the Star Wars because it's more heavily themed, and I like Periscope Pub compared to or not Ale and Compass, but Keg and Compass. Keg and Compass is fine, but like the Wish is more like it's more like princessy. It's more like white and bright, and I like the dark of the Treasure. Plus, the Treasure does 7-night cruises, which I prefer. I don't know. You're right.
We didn't say the Magic or the Wonder, so stay away from like the original classics, maybe. Because I see what you're saying.
I'm getting ready to sell the Magic, dude. And I could not be more excited to go on the Magic.
I know, but I think the layout of the Dream and Fantasy is so good and works for everybody. And I love like the main dining selections there are really good too. So I'm kind of leaning towards maybe the Fantasy.
Yeah. I just think the Dream and the Fantasy are kind of right down the middle at this point in the Disney Cruise Line fleet, and I think that gives you a good value. But again, the Destiny is kind of that outlier, right? Because Lauderdale gives you kind of a discount because Port Canaveral is kind of a premium for the ports because of that Walt Disney World connection there. You're paying a little bit more to sail out of Canaveral, I think, at this point, where I think they're giving you kind of a little bit of a discount when you sail out of Lauderdale because you don't get that Walt Disney World connection with that port. So you get a little bit of a cheaper cruise there. 5-night cruise is a little bit cheaper than a 7, but you're getting a brand new ship, and you got that Marvel twist for families that like that superhero kind of thing. So maybe look at Destiny.
You're selling me here, Mike.
I'm not a Marvel fan. I mean, the Destiny doesn't look like it's going to be my jam, but I'm a little bit curious. I think it's going to be a good value cruise. I really think so. It's definitely going to be a different type ship. The restaurants are different. You got the Lion King kind of twist to it. I don't know if it's
I think it just kind of depends on if you want to do like a 4, 5, or a 7. I would try to stay away from the 3 if you can, just so that you can.
And the Destiny's gonna have a lot of 5-night sailings, which I think a 5-night sailing is a good length. Like I'm excited we're doing a 5-night sailing because it's like I wish it was 7, but I mean 5-night.
Wish it was 10.
But people that got to work, what I'm saying, like, and you can't take a ton of time off, but a 5-night it's a good length. You don't have to take a ton of time off of work, but you can still be, not rushed off the ship. So I'll look at that, like the Dream, the Fantasy, or possibly the Destiny. All right, let's go with Helen's question over the inbox. Hello. I'm making a quick visit to Florida to get a Disney fix. The first day, I'll be going to Epcot with my daughter. She has to fly out for work the next morning, and I have one day to myself to go to Walt Disney World. I have an annual pass, so park hopping is not an issue. I just don't know where to begin. What would you do if you had one day to yourself with no time or ticket constraints? Thanks, Helen. So, Scott, like say you're down there, you get one day, you have your AP, but you have like one day just to do whatever you want with that AP. What are you going to do? I've been in this situation before.
You might not like my answer, but I think I'm going to go to Animal Kingdom.
Nice.
Because I think there's so many things that like cool, like pathways like with the animals, that sometimes you might skip when you have others with you because they're focusing on getting all the attractions and rides done. Like I love those animal exhibits. Go to Rafiki's Planet Watch. Just kind of take your time and walk around and just take in the beauty that's Animal Kingdom. That's kind of where I would like to at least start my day. I'll probably park hop at some point, but that's definitely where I'm going to start and just take my time at Animal Kingdom.
And the thing is, too, Helen, is that it is shocking how fast you can get things done when you're solo. So, just like, Scott's favorite park is Animal Kingdom. I would probably be drawn to doing like a Magic Kingdom / Epcot split. That's kind of my jam. And I'm a counter service guy, right? I would probably, have breakfast somewhere at the Magic Kingdom, or maybe I'd start at Epcot because I want breakfast there or whatever. Maybe I'd have dinner at Beer Garden because I like that. It's kind of, and it's weird that I like to go there solo, but I would just go around and, have my meals like where I want to have meals, but then just do attractions around there. If it's busy, I do it. If it's not, I don't. I do the land. I would do Spaceship Earth, and I just hit things as I go and just kind of meander. That's the thing, is like I wouldn't rush, because as an AP holder and you had the day before with your daughter, you've probably done a lot of the stuff you want to do anyway. But I think the joy of those kind of days is just discovery and just chilling and, going through stores, and it's
Maybe doing a tour even one of those days.
I have done that too. Yeah, I have done that too. And, going through adjacent resorts too. Just kind of, yeah, there is a freedom to it, but you get so much done so quickly because you're solo that you can do a lot more than you think. But if you don't want to like be like a man on a mission, because you worry.
I think I want to take my time and be slow with it. That's why I picked Animal Kingdom, like just those exhibits that you can go to, great counter service, great meals. And if you want to partake in a cocktail too, you can do that there. Great options there. So I don't think you can go wrong, honestly.
I'd also say, like, in places like Epcot, like, see the live entertainment. Like, if there's something happening at American Gardens Theater, sit down and watch a show. They're not that long. They're like 20 minutes. Like, there's a festival going on, like Flower and Garden, Food and Wine, whatever. Watch the shows. Or, if that dude with the whistles doing this thing in Italy, watch
Sergio.
Yeah, Jim got to see him the other day. She said in the Discord backstage. He said didn't talk backstage. I'm like, dude, I love that.
He's always on.
I love that. I said, did he blow the whistle at you? She didn't answer. I was like, come on. Yeah, I hope he did. All right. Paul's got a question about the Disney cruise. He says, my wife and I have a cruise question. We're looking at doing the 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise on the Disney Treasure from September 12th to the 19th, 2026. It'll be us and our kids that are 5 and 2 at the time. What's the difference between the deluxe Ocean View stateroom and the deluxe family Ocean View stateroom? Is the family version really worth the extra money? Love the show. Thanks, Paul.
That's all you, Mike.
Dude, that's super simple too. It's size. That's the only thing. When you see the word family, it'll sleep 5. It's bigger and it's got extra berth. So whenever you see the word family, so if you see like a deluxe family Ocean View stateroom with a veranda or a deluxe family Ocean View, that means it'll have an extra berth and it's a bigger stateroom. So that's it. So do you want to pay for, and you can book it as a family of 4. That just means you're going to have a bigger stateroom, more space. So happy wife, happy life kind of thing. A lot of times in these cases, is it worth it? That's a value proposition. I think with 4 and kids are 5 and 2, you're going to be fine without the family, because Disney Cruise Line staterooms are pretty efficient. I would save the money. Wouldn't you?
I don't think I've ever booked a family one, honestly. I mean, we're a family of 3, but I mean, we got a teenager, and it can get kind of crowded in there. I know for your family, Mike, you have to get the family because, like, with like 2 adult children, basically, it can get kind of crowded in there. So I think they're fine not doing the family one, and maybe just something to upgrade to in the future when you do more cruises.
Yeah, I mean, we sailed in the deluxe family. We did the family Ocean View. Well, because we originally had 5 on the reservation when we did the fantasy for the 7-nighter, but remember Paige didn't go. And then we added our niece and all that last summer. And that was a nice big stateroom, but it was also 2 16-year-olds and my wife and I, and it was great, but we could have done 5 in there. But yeah, we could. I think you're still fine with 4 not even a family. Like, but I'm not real claustrophobic or anything.
Yeah, my wife, I mean, they're comfortable staterooms. They're designed well, for that.
But there's not a huge price increase either. I mean, you got to just kind of do the math. Like, what's it worth? Like, how do you want to allot your pile of money? Like, your buckets. Like, do you want to put it in to have a little bit more space in your room, or do you want to do an extra few tastings on the cruise, or, do a few extra excursions, or how do you want to do it? And maybe an extra night at Walt Disney World after, something like that. So, all right. Tony's got a question. He's tuned in on Facebook. Headed to the world for the 4th with our twin 1.5-year-old twins. We are pretty seasoned with Disney, but have never been for a holiday. Crowds with summer heat look low currently. Should we still anticipate getting to the parks early? Kind of rope drop, he says. Or do you think the parks will be low most of the day? We are AP holders. What do you think?
I'll be there the same day. I will be at Epcot on 4th of July, which is where I tend to go to. And and I so that's kind of been a theory of mine in the last few years. I feel like the summer crowds are kind of low. It kind of tends to happen like you see that dip after 4th of July. I think people kind of come down for that, and like it's over like a weekend this year too, so you might see a little bit more people there, but depends on where you're going, Tony. If your plan is to hang out at Epcot, like I don't think it's going to be a problem crowd wise. It can hold so many people. Magic Kingdom might be the one where you need to worry about with them filling to capacity, which I honestly don't think will happen over 4th of July. Yeah. But I would still get there early just because of what you're talking about with the heat. It will be hot. It gets so hot. So get there early, rope drop, have a great time, and like kind of like that strategy we always talk about works so great in the summer. Then just chill out, take a break in the middle of the day, and don't come back till it's late. Because if fireworks 4th of July, you're probably gonna stay up a little bit later. If you're, I think the kids were kind of young, right? Like 1.5-year-olds. So I don't even know if fireworks is on the agenda or not, but if they are, definitely come back later in the day so you have some energy so that you can watch those tremendous fireworks shows.
Yeah, that's kind of the goal. Like, if you're trying to see the 4th of July fireworks, like I'm guessing you might want to see, they are awesome. Like, especially if you want to see them over at Epcot, you're fine. Like, go to the park at like 5 or 6. And, we've always done this. We just schedule an 8. If you can still grab an ADR somewhere in World Showcase around 5 or 6. And for some reason, we always got one in France. We've always had, like, I don't know why. We always eat at Le Chefs de France.
Always did.
And on the 4th
And last year I was actually in France for 4th of July, which is kind of funny.
What's up with that? I know, but we many times had dinner at Le Chefs de France and then popped out like after a 90-minute meal in the air conditioning when it's blazing hot. Then we just kind of chill out in World Showcase and then watch the fireworks. It's a great night, and it's well done. But if you could get an ADR somewhere in World Showcase and then pop out, get your spot for the fireworks, it's beautiful. But you don't have to be. There's no way you want to be in Epcot all day. And then try to make the fireworks. It's that you don't have to, and there's no way you
and
don't.
Tony's saying that they should be making the fireworks. So it depends on which one you want to do. So we keep saying Epcot because that's what me and Mike love to do. Magic Kingdom, I believe the studios even does a fireworks show on 4th of July, even some years. So, and with the young ones, maybe Magic Kingdom is more where you're heading. But kind of the same strategy. Like I think it'll be fine if you show up at 5 or 6 even for Magic Kingdom. But I like getting the ADR is a great strategy. So you have a place to sit down, get some air conditioning, relax for a little bit before the big show begins.
Yeah, and I can't remember. We're so old, but like 1.5-year-olds, like could they fall asleep like in the stroller at dinner, or
maybe
hit them with some cold air. You know what I'm saying? Like you have dinner at like 5 o'clock, they knock out like while they're having dinner, and like they kind of recharge. I don't know. Keep you having to go back to the hotel because even if you went back to the hotel at noon, like another second nap, that'd be good. I'd take one.
I'd take one of those.
All right, Lisa's got a question in the inbox. Hey, Mike, Ricky, Pam, and Scott, I have 2 Animal Kingdom related questions for you. This Scotty's here, right? It's perfect. My first question has to do with joining the wait list at Nomad Lounge. I know that most people try to join the wait list around the time Nomad Lounge opens. However, I was hoping to get a table on a day we enter the park later in the afternoon. What do you think our chances are of being able to get a table if we try to join the wait list around 2 or 3 o'clock? Also, we are staying one night only at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. Is it worth it to take the time to do the Starlight Safari on the only evening we're there? Or should we just enjoy the included amenities the hotel has to offer? Thanks for all you do. Lisa's up in Buffalo. So first of all, what do you think about trying to get on that wait list mid-afternoon?
I like the strategy. I would just say, like with all wait lists, I feel like just be patient, and look often. So sometimes like those things refresh and change so often, so you might feel a little discouraged where it says nothing available. But refresh constantly. I know it's the worst kind of always being on your phone on vacation, but if you keep refreshing and looking at it, you may see things pop up. I've seen that happen many times before. So I'd say go for it. I think your chances would be pretty good. You just got to have a pack a little patience with it.
I agree. I mean, just definitely keep checking because things do pop up and boom, you get it and you're in. Now, the Starlight Safari question, I would say you're asking about it, so it's something you're curious about doing. And I know you only have one night at Animal Kingdom Lodge, but I would say go for it. Everybody that does that experience loves it. And while Animal Kingdom Lodge itself does have a lot to offer, I think you would enjoy that tour. I would say it's one of those things too. I'm kind of the kind of person that says like, if it's available and it's easy to book, then it was kind of meant to be. But if it's not available, then I'm just going to enjoy the resort. Like I would just go and see if it's there. If it's like at the right time and it's easy to book, okay, I was supposed to do it. But if I see it and it's like, oh, well, it was available that one night that I have it, then okay, I'm not going to sweat it. I'm just going to enjoy I'm in Animal Kingdom Lodge anyway. I'm going to just, maybe use the night vision goggles and maybe schedule a meal at Boma that night or go to the pool afterwards. And that's a great night too. That's kind of how Scott, what would you say?
Yeah, I see both. I mean, you made a great argument for that, but when I always write down the questions as we get them. I said, stay at the lodge. Don't just do like enjoy what the lodge offers for you. But to your point, Mike, if they're asking about it, it probably is on the radar a little bit, right? So like if that's something that's really important to you, go for it. But I love Animal Kingdom Lodge. You got Jambo and Kidani, and there's even like a shuttle that you can take between the two to like visit both of those. And I think they have incredible things to offer. And depends on what you're doing, right? There's like activities throughout the day. There's like tours you can do. You can do like an art tour and things like that. So I would say really take advantage of those. But again, it just depends on how highly you rate that experience on your list.
And I mean, that's both with Jason and Veronica tuned in on YouTube. We're saying the exact same thing. Like there's so many things to do, both at Kidani and Jambo House, cultural activities, great pools, great bars, great dining. I mean, there's so much to do. Like you're fine. But, my only thing is like you brought it up. So it must be something that you were super maybe excited about, curious about. So I would just, my philosophy would just be like, if it's like right there for you and it's like the right time, like it's just like it was meant to be, grab it, like it's that. But if it's not, then don't sweat it. Like it wasn't meant to be. Like you're in a great spot already. Like you've got a great night. You're gonna have a great day. So that's kind of how I roll with things like that. Oh man, it was just meant to be then. Okay, well then I got it. But if I didn't, okay, well then I wasn't supposed to do it. That's kind of how like things.
Either way, you're gonna have a great time, Lisa.
Exactly. Like you can't. This one was like you can't lose situations. It's kind of it. All right, Jen has a question. The better half of Len, our good friend out in Maryland, Sparty. Says Mike, Pam, Ricky, and Scott, Len and I are beginning to plan a trip for May of 2026. And all of our visits, for a variety of reasons, we've never gotten a dining plan. We're thinking about it for this trip. We won't be traveling with the grandkids, so the special sale for 2026 plans won't affect us. Also, we don't drink alcohol, so the included drinks doesn't mean much to us. However, a signature dining meal is a possibility. So my questions are, is it worth it? Or how do we get full value out of it? And two, how does tipping work at the table service meals? Thanks for your help. We love the shows and all the advice. Jen from Maryland. So is it worth it? And how do we get full value out of it? I get this question a lot. My best advice is if you get the dining plan, it could definitely be worth it. I mean, we talk about this a lot. If you go to character, especially if you have kids, I mean, that's the first thing, which you guys won't, but if you have kids, it definitely does. If you go to character meals, that's where it sings. It does sing on character meals. If you get alcohol, it definitely sings there too, which you're not going to. The biggest thing, the advice I give to my guests for the Magic for Less is never, and this is just common sense, never leave Walt Disney World with unused credits because it's a credit-based system. You get credits and you could use that. You could exhaust all of your credits by the end of your second night of a 7-night stay. You don't have to use them like a credit a day, or 3 credits a day, 3 credits. That's how I used to think the system worked when I first started going to Walt Disney World. I thought, well, you get, like 1 table service meal a day. No, I mean, I could use them all. You could use them all like up front and then be done. Just make sure you use every credit to its full advantage. Like, I know Len and Jen are wise travelers at Walt Disney World. Don't use your credits on things that don't make sense. Like if you see something as a very inexpensive counter service or a snack thing, pay out of pocket for that. And if you see like, oh, this is a really expensive meal at a signature place, they use it for that. Or, you just got to kind of look at the menus and see like this is going to make sense, and just look at the prices and stuff. Like if you're a savvy traveler, you can get good value out of the dining plan. Scott, what do you think? I mean, you got any thoughts for Lynn and Jen?
Yeah, I mean, you said some good stuff there. The character meals are where the value is, 100%. We used to do the dining plan a lot. We actually did the deluxe dining plan back in the day on our first 2 trips. It was crazy. Um, I would stay away from the signature meals. I think that's actually an awful use of a credit, because it's 2 credits for the signature, and I don't think the signatures are double what you would pay like at another restaurant a lot of the time. So like I always pick signatures out of pocket, and this is kind of why I don't do the dining plan that much. Because sadly, Walt Disney World got me hooked. I think it was the deluxe dining plan from those first 2 trips we did. Like I just love the signature restaurants. So I don't do the dining plan because I don't find good value in when they take 2 credits away from that for one of those meals. But yeah, so if you're not thinking signature, which you said you were, like I would pay for those out of pocket, but I think you might just be better off kind of like just keeping that money off to the side, maybe like saving it, putting it towards a gift card or something, and then just kind of using that as a way to kind of have it like prepaid for in advance before your trip. That you might find some value there instead of doing the dining plan.
And tipping with the dining plan is super simple too. They'll just give you your bill just like always, and you could just sign and put the tip on your card just
Yep.
like always. I mean, back in and now this is old. This is how old I am. Back in the day, the tip used to be included with the dining plan. It used
That's
to,
so crazy.
and every person at the table got their own appetizer.
See, I remember that too. Yeah,
That
that,
was
that's
ridiculous. The amount of food and the value of the dining plan was crazy. So every person at the table got their own appetizer, entree, and dessert, and the gratuity was included in your dining plan. It was ridiculous. It was
mhm.
such. I mean, it was
So
a
much.
steal.
Those first 2 trips, we spent 7 to 8 hours just dining each day
I know.
because we were going to. That was when you got 3 table service credits a day plus 2 snacks per person. Oh my gosh! All we did was eat.
I know, and that's like, I mean, that's not really the goal of a
I
Disney
know,
trip, right? I mean, it was nuts.
but
All
dang,
right,
did it
let's
get
get
us hooked?
one last question. All right, so we have time. Whitney says, "Hey, Mike and crew, my family and I have a Disneyland trip planned for the end of July. We're seasoned Walt Disney World veterans, but have been to Disneyland once before and are super excited to go back. We're staying at the Disneyland Hotel, and we've already paid for park hoppers and a Lightning Lane multipass every day. Go big or go home, right? Exactly. That's what I do exactly. Couple of questions. Number one, we're big rope drop people. I know the rope drop strategy for Disneyland Park is to go to Fantasyland. What would be your suggested rope drop strategy be for DCA? The way our park days work out, we have 3 early entry days at DCA and 1 at Disneyland. Should we forego early entry at DCA one of those days and just do regular entry at Disneyland? And 2, just 2 questions. What's the best security checkpoint for us to use on our DCA days? The ones as you're going into downtown Disney from the resort area, or the one inside the Grand Californian? Are we allowed to use the one inside the Grand Californian as lowly Disneyland hotel guests? Thanks so much, Whitney. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about rope drop in DCA. I do you go? I mean, obviously, the big thing most people do is Radiator Springs, right?
That and web slingers. Those are where, or like the Marvel Land kind of, because they might want to do Guardians out there too. I always go to I always go to Radiator Springs to start my day.
I'm with the
There's
masses, man.
there's been times though, because we're lucky we've been a lot where, and this is back in the good old California Screaming day before it was then Credit Coasters. We would go to California Screaming, and we would do it like 2 or 3 times in a row because everyone else was going everywhere else. And then my daughter loved like the silly Symphony Swings and all those like rides out there and Toy Story Mania. So we would just like, I felt like we had that land to ourselves.
Those other like little carnival rides, you probably have those totally to yourself for like
Yeah.
an hour.
Which could be fun, right? So it depends on like the ages of your kids. You might actually really enjoy doing those and getting a jump start. Because I'll tell you, like the swings could sometimes be long because it's like a long loading ride. But yeah, so I actually really love going out there. And if you have the lightning lanes, if you're going to pay, because I think Radiators you still have to pay for. If you're going all in, like might as well pay for a lightning lane for Radiator Springs. So you could always rope drop that and then do your lightning lane later in the day. But I tell you, even rope dropping Radiator Springs, it's still like 45, 50 minutes some mornings. It's just that many people go there. So I like going back to Pixar Pier a little bit and just having it to myself.
That's a good thought. I mean, I always do get in the masses and get, I get in the mass, but I mean, you're right. Even if you do, sometimes it's 45 minutes immediately for Radiator Springs. Love that ride though. God,
it's like my best. It's like the best Disney ride. It's so good.
I just love Cars Land. I love Cars Land. And then I stay at Disneyland Hotel too. Like I just go through the same, just the regular.
I would too.
Right through downtown Disney, right by the big hat.
Yep, I would too. I think it'd almost be out of your way to go through Californian, because you got to go through the hotel and then go to the security point. And there might be some rules. I wish I could remember exactly. Like I think because you're on site at the Disneyland Hotel, you may be able to use that. But I'm not 100% sure because I think I've done it in the past because we've had like breakfast at Storytellers and then we've gone over and used their entryway being a on-site hotel guest. But I would just go the normal way if you have no plans to go there first.
Because in the morning they have like 5 or 6 lanes going. I wish Disneyland would get the Walt Disney World like security scanners. I don't know why they don't, but it is a little slower. But I mean, they do get you through there as fast as they can. So have fun. Oh,
it's gonna be a great trip. All those lightning lanes and park hoppers. It's gonna be a great time.
How you do it?
And Fantasyland tip. You got to go Peter Pan or Alice in Wonderland. I always go Alice in Wonderland because it is the best attraction at Disneyland Park, in my opinion.
You do that first? See, I do
that first. I do it first. But if you want to do Peter Pan, you kind of have to do that first because it gets crazy later on in the day. Oh, and Dumbo too.
We're going to do hot takes on Friday's show, but I did Peter Pan for the very first time at Disneyland, my last trip when I was out there. Yeah, I hadn't done it out there. Because, I mean, I'd done the world, but I was like, I had time. And I did it. I mean, it's the same ride. But I had never done it at Disneyland. So I was like, I got to do this. It's the OG.
It's classic.
It is. It was fun.
I love how the boarding is kind of cool because it's not like the ships aren't like slowly all moving at one time. It kind of like stops and then one person boards at a time kind of a deal. It's kind of different. Yeah.
It was. And that's what that is kind of for a Walt Disney World person, like seeing those things, like those differences, like, you can kind of nerd out. You're like, oh, that's different. All right. We're jumping out of here, but on Friday, we're going to have a mix up of all the kind of game shows that we do throughout the year. We're going to do a little hot take. We're going to do a little over under. We're going to do, I don't know. We're just going to throw a bunch of stuff in there. So be ready so we can have some discussion on Sunday night when you call in and on the Clubhouse over the weekend. So come on back. Lots of fun Disney talk on Friday's show. But until then, don't forget, we're here to help you get to your favorite Disney destination, whether it's Walt Disney World, Disneyland, sailing with Disney Cruise Line, even seeing the world with Adventures by Disney. The best part is no additional cost to you. So check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. We do that online shopping. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys keep us on the air. I cannot thank you enough for that. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd love to have you at patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Give us a follow on the social media at beourguestmike. I'm on x.com, Instagram, and Threads. Scott's in the same places at Epscott, EPSCOT. But the place you need to follow him is Must See Adventures on YouTube, the big channel, over 1,000 subscribers last week. You need to get us towards 2,000. Scott, we still hanging out in Hawaii this week. What's going on over on the channel?
Oh, we're going to be in Hawaii for a while now. Now that we've made it.
Good time to be in June.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a fun episode. We visit Pearl Harbor. We listen to the Okemos High School band perform. And I know 6-7 minutes of high school band music might be a lot to some people, but at the end of the day, these videos are still for me to look back on. So it's a cool memory seeing your kid perform with her friends at Pearl Harbor. And then Liz and I just hang out in Waikiki, tour some of the resorts, and have a nice meal to wrap up the day. It's a fun episode.
All right. So like and subscribe, Must See Adventures as you wrap up this show. It's a little 2-for-1 combo here on the Be Our Guest podcast. So come on over and like our, hey, while you're there on YouTube, we have a channel too, Be Our Guest podcast. Like and subscribe there too. We don't mind that. All right. And we'll have the live call-in show Sunday night, 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch. Tune in and then call in. I know we had some people didn't get in last Sunday night. We can only see one call at a time with the new system. So when one call drops, you give us a call and we'll get you if you're next. We'll do the best we can with that. But we love those calls. So much fun on Sunday nights, and join us 24/7 in the clubhouse. It's our Discord server. We have so much fun over there. It's just it's like our cheers. We talk Disney, we talk sports, we talk life. Come on over. It's free for everybody. beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. All right. We're going to be back on Friday. Promise you lots of fun Disney talk. We're just going to hang out and just kind of kick off the weekend with a little casual Disney talk. So for Scott, I'm Mike. Wish you a great Wednesday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Cardinals are
Very
getting
nice.
smoked.
Good episode.
That was a good one. 2699 in the books.
I just I can hear a lawn mowing. Like, wasn't there a time where like your neighbor like always like would mow the yard? Like when you were...
Right, dude, he'd fired up every time I opened the mic. That's our joke. That's our joke. Yeah. He's always like, "You doing a podcast? I need to cut the grass." I'm like, not today, Brad. It's not raining yet. Looks like it's going to, but it's not yet.
So you might be looking at those hot dogs then, huh?
Yep. I really want brats, but I'm the only one that eats brats, so I don't want to like have Pam buy a pack of brats for me to eat like two.
Ooh, I'm on a note. I'm on a note paper. Yeah.
It's nice in Michigan and raining in Scotland.
It is nice here today. Should have played some Memorial Day golf.
I know. I thought
I'm playing Wednesday and Friday, so
you got a good.
Had to take Monday off.
That's true. All right, here we go. 2701. Welcome to episode 2701 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're getting ready for another great weekend. And thanks, as always, for dropping in with us here on the show. We're always excited to have you a part of the Be Our Guest Podcast family. And we are going to start the weekend right now with some fun Disney talk. And because we're recording this one a bit early on a holiday, and of course, Pam and Ricky still out having their good old time, and Scott and myself were holding down the fort here in the studios, we thought we're going to have some fun by playing a mismatch, just a mashup of some of the games we play throughout the year to just talk Disney together. Maybe some hot takes, maybe some over under, maybe what are the chances, maybe drop one of the three. We're just going to kind of get together and just spend the holiday talking Disney, some topics, what's on our minds. So joining me today up in East Lansing, where things are busy over the last couple of days. And, over the weekend, it's going to be a busy time with lots of pomp and circumstance. My buddy, my fellow captain, I'll be sailing with here very shortly. Cannot wait. Scotty G in the house. What's up, Scott?
Mike, Emily has graduated high school just yesterday. My goodness. I know. How many times I hear that song? It's interesting. So the band and orchestra rotate years when they are like the music for the graduation ceremony. And Emily's freshman year, like they had to play. The band had to play, and Mr. Stice, their band director, even said to that freshman class, like, "Sorry guys, for your senior year, it will be the orchestra playing, so you don't get the band because the band is so much better than orchestra." I'm just kidding. No, orchestra's awesome too, but that feels like the graduation music is more suitable for a band, not like strings. I feel like, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah,
I never gave it that much thought, but I guess maybe not this. It's not a string thing, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so the orchestra was great, and then. Yeah, I mean it's unbelievable. Like, did I cry more than 9.5 times? Probably. But it's just getting started because now we have the big graduation party tomorrow. So if you're around, come on, hit me up. Like, come visit us in East Lansing, man. We're having a great celebration. We have so much food. I'm sure I probably overplanned because I always think like I know a lot of people, but all the people I know are out of town and they're probably not coming. So like if you can, just come over, book an airplane flight, come see us and hang out with us. It'll be a great time.
So again, this is kind of a Mike in the Midwest thing, right? The Patriot show that I do where we just talk about how life is in this part of the country, and you're kind of Michigan's Midwest. So when we had Paige's high school graduation party, it was a party under because this was at our old house, right? It was under our carport because we didn't have a garage. It was a big carport party that spilled into the backyard. Is yours is probably a little bit fancier, right? It's inside. Like what does a graduation party look like in East Lansing?
That's a great question. So get this. So our neighborhood, so I don't have like the biggest yard. So it's a nice neighborhood, great community, but it's one of those where like the builder just wanted to maximize the number of houses in the neighborhood.
We got a lot of that around here too. Yeah, exactly.
So we are like
a big plot of land and put a gajillion houses.
Yeah, so we are like stacked on top of each other, and the roads are kind of narrow. And I'm just thinking like, oh my gosh, like this could be a disaster for parking. You know, we're in the very back of the neighborhood, and I'm just like, I could. Even like at the house next door, like they have a few people over sometimes. It gets so congested on that road. I was like, I don't know if we should do it here. And like, what if we get a big turnout? Like, where am I going to put everybody? I mean, we have room in the house. The house is comfortable, but like, we wanted people in the backyard. You got the dog who will bark at like everyone that comes in. So we're actually doing it at our office. So our office,
you are thinking. I love the way you think. Okay, all right.
So our office has this cool pavilion that has like a basketball court, it has a volleyball court, it has like a chipping thing and all these other games, and it has so many like tables and like outlets to like plug if you wanted to do like crock pots, which we're not doing that. We're doing like sandwiches, but it's just a great open area, and it's in Okemos. So we live in East Lansing. I mean, this is Mike in the Midwest stuff right here. But we go to Okemos School District, great, fantastic school district. East Lansing is good too. But all of her friends are in Okemos, right? So it would make more sense for them to stay in district. If her friends wanted to come by, they were closer to their neighborhoods. So it just makes sense. And then we have so much room. It's gonna be great. And there's multiple restrooms. So I don't have people coming in my house and like using the restrooms and all that. It's just gonna be great.
Dude, you solved all the problems. I mean, you would have had way better stories if you would have gone the route where you had, the cops come in because you had all the streets blocked, and you had to call the plumber because,
I would have had to done like one of those like block parties that they would do like back in the day. I would just have to block off the road and get the police involved,
You're going to have a great party, but I mean, better stories would have been had with all the chaos.
There would have been. Like, and in East Lansing and Michigan State, I'm sure a couch would have been on fire at some point. Exactly. Right? But yeah, it'll be a good time now, and less cleanup for us. And thankful my work has this great pavilion on our property that associates can rent out. So actually, I was gonna have it later in the year. I kind of forgot about it last minute, so I started looking at the dates, and people already had it booked for almost every weekend in the summer. Luckily, the Saturday after graduation was available. I'm like, that's it. I mean, we decided it's gonna be a busy week, but we're just gonna get it done, and then we start planning for the cruise coming up. Man, I'm so excited for that.
Like, sorry that you had to fire somebody that had it booked this weekend, but cuts had to be made.
Right. Anyway, it's gonna be a good time.
So those people that are sailing with us on the podcast cruise, this is what you're gonna hear for like 5 solid days.
So if you can't make it, Scott at Instagram, I'm gonna be posting all sorts of photos, and it's gonna be a great time. Maybe some crying videos at some point. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be fun. Okay, so we got to get to the Disney talk. We're just gonna kind of sit around and talk. So. One of the topics I want to bring up, maybe just 5 good minutes here to kind of start off. And we're not going to be real strict on this. We're just we're working on a holiday here, and just it's you and I sitting around. This is what we do, talking Disney. What's your take real quick on the light crowds right now that we're seeing in, over the holiday weekend, the Memorial Day holiday weekend, the unofficial kickoff to summer, not only at Epic Universe, which, like, when I saw this, a couple of years ago announced, and, we've seen it get built, and it's like May 22nd is going to be this line in the sand day where it's going to be the death of Walt Disney World because Epic Universe is going to come online. And I've been thinking about this and reflecting on it where, when Universal Studios had its one park and then they opened Islands of Adventure, the only difference I think with Epic Universe, and this may be a hot take or not, maybe it's a hot take, but so we're living in this social media world where there's all these influencers and all these people putting out their opinions on things immediately. And it's just like, we're so saturated with it. But I mean, Universal had lots of great IP too when it opened with like Terminator and ET and, just Back to the Future and all this great stuff too. It was just as an impact, but I mean, Disney had the studios. We're just living in a different time where, I think everybody just slow down. Like, I mean, I think everything's going to be okay. It's another theme park. It's an amazing theme park. I mean, I've seen the coverage of it and it's great for everybody. It's a win, but it's another theme park. I think some people put it up on such a pedestal that when it opened, I think that people thought the world was going to like spin backwards on its axis. And I think people are just like, wait, life moved on, and they did so many soft openings that I think when May 22nd came and went, that it felt like, wait, this park's been open already for a month. It was kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of that, right? With the soft openings, and I get why you have to do that, right? You had to train your cast, and rides just aren't magically going to work the first time they you flip the switch. So I understand that, but it did seem that way, right? So many like locals and media had already been there, and it's like, man, I feel like this park has already been open for a month, just exactly like you said. And I was gonna say what Mohawk is saying too. I think aren't they doing like limited like availability right now too for
Yeah, because
Epic?
like they're not selling like annual passes for Epic, an annual pass. They are. I mean,
It's
and
like
it's
single day
smart.
tickets you have to get, I think,
Right,
right?
right, 100%. It's a smart idea because you don't want to have jammed up and have capacity issues and have negative press. They're doing it super smartly. I'm just, you know, it just seemed like the buildup for the last couple of years was like that there was going to be this huge deal, and I'm just like glad, a sigh of relief that like and I just want it to kind of go smoothly. Like we have another theme park in Central Florida that people have a choice to visit. You go to Universal, now you have three parks to go there plus Volcano Bay. You go to Walt Disney World, you have four theme parks to go there plus two water parks. And it's just, we just have a continuum. I think that we can all coexist. That's how I see it.
Absolutely.
I don't like to see the battle back and forth. That's kind of my thing. Like you don't have to pick sides.
And what's interesting to me, so you're going down in about a week, right? Isn't there like a
Yeah.
preview for what's it called? Like Cool Kids Summer, I think is what it is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. We're doing a thing for a
And
couple
I
days.
just remember like Disney doing these promos before Memorial Day in the past, right? Like I
Mhm.
feel like the Monster Summer, because I remember I was there for like when they put Mike Wazowski like on Spaceship Earth. It was super cool. That was before Memorial Day weekend. I remember when Seven Dwarfs Mine Train opened, that was like Memorial Day weekend. It just seems like maybe the crowds are lower at Disney because they haven't started off that summer promo yet. You know what I mean? And maybe people are waiting for that or when that's going to kick off. So I feel like they just feel like it's later this year. Does that make sense at all?
And I think what we're doing too is like an agency thing. I don't know, like what I think they're just getting people come down to
Gotcha.
kind of get the word out. But also, I've seen a trend, and you've seen it too, over the past like 7 to 8 years that like we've kind of discovered because we've done a lot of podcast cruises around the 4th of July. That week around like after the 4th of July, we've always gone that week, and the crowds are always surprisingly low. Like we go and like you can just go on things, and it's a great time to visit. But are people just deciding, and maybe it's just because of how society's changed, right? A lot of people now work from home, have flexible work schedules. I mean, when I first started going to Disney like 20 years ago, like the summer was crazy busy, the whole summer. I mean, if you went in July, it was packed. But I mean, nobody went and said, like, once school started, I mean, no, it was super low crowds. And I guess it is, maybe it's post pandemic because of how people have flexibility and they can work from anywhere, and I mean, like my job, as long as I have a laptop and an internet connection, I can work from anywhere. I can do my job anywhere, anytime. So maybe people have more jobs like that. I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, because I think that maybe people just are less tolerant of the heat because it is like walking on the sun in
Well,
July.
that's why we never went. So we only started to go in the summer because of the first podcast cruise.
Yeah.
Like that's why that was our first summer trip because of the podcast cruise. Because the summers in Michigan are glorious. Like I don't want to leave Michigan. I don't want to leave the lakes and like beautiful weather to go to 105-degree temperatures. So we never went in the summer, but now we do because podcast cruises. And now I've met so many people that kind of go down there. It's like a good good meeting spot, right? But like we avoided the summer like crazy. And I think that's what a lot of people do, right? If they live somewhere further north where the climate is great, it's like, yeah, let's just book that trip when it's cold here and like nicer down in Florida. I think that's what people are starting to do now.
Yeah. I mean, there are some people that are, opposed to take the kids out of school. So they are going to go in the summer, because, I, I don't have a problem with taking your kids out of school, but that's definitely a personal opinion.
For
And
sure.
there's a lot of Disney fans that are teachers, and teachers cannot go during school. I mean, I remember I got in trouble because that last time, I was on TV. Like I shouldn't have probably shouted out my school district on TV. That was kind of the nail in the coffin. But you just can't. So teachers don't have a lot of choices. There's a lot of things like that. You got to go when you can only go. And so that's just one of the things I want to bring up. And Mohawk says international guests this year, especially, are going to kind of be key too, because some international guests aren't going to be coming, and we'll see. I mean, it's just crowds are lower, but these things are cyclical. They'll go up and down, and we'll see. And I mean, when travel's down, that forces Disney to bring out bigger discounts. So that's good for folks that do want to travel. So if you want to travel, you can get a good deal. So that's one of those things, like, take advantage if you get the opportunity. So that's one thing I want to bring up. So what's been on your mind when it comes to Disney trips?
Well, I'm gonna do a good old odds makers, like an over under, like to kick us off here. So I've been seeing a lot, kind of tied to what you're talking about here. I've seen a lot of people though talking about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Like a lot of people in the Discord are going, they're getting the reservations. I'm on the fence because I don't know what my travel party is going to be, and I feel like these tickets sell out and they do really well. So I'm going to ask you. So if they had a pool, right, of the allotment of all the party nights, so in August, September, October, these are the allotments of tickets. What percentage of all those attend the party? And I was going to put the number at 79%. So do they sell 79% of their tickets to Not So Scary Halloween Party, over or under?
So you mean for like the whole length from the beginning, like in August all the way through Halloween, 79% of the tickets? I'd say it's over that.
You think it's over?
Yeah.
I don't know, because how many people are going in August, right? But I mean, I know they sell out, but
everybody always complains that the party's crowded. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Most people, I don't know what the cap is.
I think it's under. I don't think they sell 79% of all the tickets, because I know they sell out a lot of the party nights, but the nights they don't sell out, are they at 60% those nights, or 70? I mean, I don't know
what the cap is. What's the cap? Because I mean, they've already sold out Halloween. Halloween's already gone. They sold that out a few days ago, and that's a week ago by the time the show releases. And
yet they're still selling. So they're selling these nights out with over $200 price tag.
It was $249. That's the whole thing. I was going to ask you, can you believe they sold that out so early? I think it was $249 a pop.
That's why I think it's crazy that if you take the ticket value for all those nights, we talk about this. Can I just have 1 second of?
I know we always talk about the trip.
Even if it's 79%, that number I gave you, that is an outrageous number of dollars in party tickets.
And I mean, again, this is why I like having these conversations on a Friday. Hopefully, just going along with somebody on a run or on a walk or doing their dishes, because this is just jump. Hopefully, people are screaming at their phones right now, because this is the conversation.
They might be saying Scotty G is 95%.
Right. I mean, right or wrong. But the thing is, think about next year, right? I mean, immediately those tickets are more expensive, because they're going to be like, dude, we sold out on Halloween within 10 days. I don't know how long they were for sale. Were they for sale for 10 days? Because Halloween was gone at $249 a ticket. I mean, that's, if you have a family of 4, that is $1,000 without tax for.
So one thing I know though,
7 hours.
I mean, I can't say this with certainty. I think it was just because of the times, but there's no way they're going to bring back that multi-ticket. Remember when they did that? You could.
Oh, yeah, dude, that was a COVID thing. I
know, that's what I'm saying. I don't think we'll run into that, but what a value that was back then, where you could attend
Halloween. Yeah, it was like
6 Halloween parties for the price of 2 of them.
I forgot about that thing. Yeah,
that was crazy.
That was crazy. Yeah.
What you got? You got another topic?
I'm still thinking about that. So, well, yeah, I'm thinking about, now I'm really tripping on that. So, yeah, I wish I knew that, because I can't get past that. I wish I knew what they capped the party at, because I mean, obviously they've sold out on Halloween. Have you been to a party that was sold out?
I see. I feel like every party I go to is sold
I
out
have
because
too.
I've been on Halloween. I've been on Halloween before, and I mean, it felt crowded. I mean, it definitely felt crowded. And I've been to sold out Christmas parties in the past too. It's just crazy. Or do they sometimes say they're sold out just to say like, yeah, we sold it out? You know, like
I
are
don't
the
think so.
capacity like different on different nights
I,
because
I,
of like staffing? Like maybe they didn't staff enough on the
good point.
August 16th party than they did the 31st. You know,
Do you think they're going to churn away that revenue? I mean, that's a revenue stream. Yeah, but
I
I mean,
know.
you're right. I mean, staffing, because I mean, we've seen it like at a restaurant, right? Boat rides at one night was a great example. We're a marathon weekend. We saw empty tables. We're dying to eat, but they're like, "Oh, we don't have enough wait staff. We can't
Right.
seat you." We're like, "Oh,
I mean, you would think you would staff them the same, right? I mean, you think like your cap would be the same for the 31st of Halloween. I mean, on October versus August, but you never know. I'm not in those meeting rooms, so I don't know how they plan for it.
that's a good point." All right, so let me ask you about this. Okay, so let's jump to Disney Cruise Line. We got the podcast cruise coming up shortly on the Disney Magic. Now, I've been watching vlogs like crazy just to get coverage of this ship because I have not been on this ship since 1998. Haven't been on a classic ship in ages. And I will say, of all the vlogs I've been watching, one of the things I've noticed is that people notice the motion of the ship way more than I'm telling you.
Oh,
You better pack your Dramamine. 'Cause
really?
we're not going like on a big like we're not going far. We're only going to the Bahamas. We're going Nassau, Lookout, and Castaway. But that's what these cruises are going. And some of the ones I've been watching have been out of Galveston down to Progresso, but I mean we're not going very far. But still, just I'm saying everybody should just bring Dramamine or whatever just in case. Because people every vlog I've watched, but a lot of these people are like first time cruisers too. But I'm just saying, bring it in case. Um, it's a smaller ship. But what are you like looking forward to as far as classic ships? Because there are different restaurants, there's some different shows. Is it the whole smaller ship experience? Like, what are you looking forward to on the Magic?
So 100%. I mentioned this before, and I'll give some other answers too. But Animator's Palette, the OG Animator's Palette, I'm so excited to see. I'm kind of curious about the Apollo, like how that whole like location is, because I've never been on a ship where it's just the one restaurant. You know, it's been like there's Remy as well, or the other ones on the Wish. What is it called? Like, and I can't.
Ashante.
Thank you, thank you.
That's how I say it. It's probably wrong, but
Yeah,
Ashante, I think is how you say
yeah.
it.
No, I think that's right. And then so it's just weird because it's just Palo, right? So like I don't even know like how that layout is. Palo bigger then because it's just the one
It's
restaurant up there.
it is exquisite looking. I
Is
mean,
it?
it's the people
It's
say
the
it is
OG Palo.
people say it is by far the best Palo. Like
Okay.
it kills the other Palos, and I mean, when you see the ceiling decoration, it's gorgeous. I mean, it is amazing. Yeah, you'll
So
love
I'm
it.
excited for that. I feel bad. My high school graduate, college student, adult basically is still won't be 18, so legally she cannot attend that meal with us, which is a bummer because that'd be a great celebration meal, if you ask me. But that's not gonna stop me and Liz because like we love Paula. So we'll have to find something for her to do because I think we're doing dinner with you and a brunch. I think we got the same time slot. So
Yeah.
so those will be really exciting. But excited for Paula. And I'm just excited to explore a new ship. Like I know it's gonna feel familiar, right? Like you're gonna have Jared and I were talking about this the other night. Like I love the background loops on the ship.
Mhm.
Like you just hear those old classic Disney songs, and then you hear like some modern, newer songs. Just like I just love walking the hallways to your stateroom and just hearing that music and like the carpet, the smell, oh my God, I want to be on that ship so bad right now. But I just want to explore the ship because it's going to be new to me. And I know it's going to feel kind of new to you, right? Because there's been so many like dry dock refurbishments through it. It's going to feel like a new ship to you too. And just excited to go into a new ship in quotes and just explore. It's so great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same, because like I said, it's a different ship than it was in 98 totally. I mean, it used to have a section called Beat Street, which is now After Hours, which is the adult area. It has an O'Gill's now, which it didn't have back in that day. I think it was called Cadillac Lounge back then. Or maybe that's the Scat or the Soul Cat Lounge. But the whole thing is too with it, we're going with a group. So it's going to be so fun just hanging out, like I love the O'Gill's Lounge. Like I'm not a beer drinker or anything, but I just like the feel of it. Like it's a sports pub. You know, they got little snacky sliders and pretzels you can buy and stuff like that. And it's just like comfortable. So you can get in a big cushy chair with some friends, play some trivia, you know, like and it'll be like a Tuesday afternoon, right? Everybody else in the world's working. That's what I love. Like that beats all. You know, like I said, like you look out the window, you see the water going by, but you're hanging out with friends that you get to catch up with. You don't get to see hardly ever, and you're playing trivia and eating a slider. Like to me, that is life at its best. That's what I cannot wait for. That's what I think cruising's about. That's
So
what I
good.
love. So, oh, can't wait. Do you? I
So
mean,
good.
did you ever try any like the snacky foods on like at O'Gill's or any of those like at
Yeah, I've done that before. We've done that. We did that on the Wish on our last cruise in
yeah,
February, and like
the
it.
Princess.
Sometimes you're like, why am I paying for this when I could just go up to like the barbecue place on top
Yeah,
deck and get something? But sometimes you just want to try something different, right? And like
yeah, we
it's
did.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I mean, I'm super cheap. Pam's like, oh, let's try that little pretzel thing with the dips. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like six
I'm already
bucks.
buying like a drink. If I'm buying like a beer in one of those
Yeah,
places, like what does it hurt to add like a $6, $8
that's what
pretzel
I
or
said.
something
That's what
to
we
it?
said. We're like, it's $6, dude. The cruise costs, you know, 4 grand.
Just
Six bucks.
I know you can't put your onboard credit towards gratuities, but you can put it towards a pretzel, right?
Oh, 100%, dude. You can get a sliders and a pretzel. That's well spent. Yeah, 100%. So what else you got? Let's just
So
kind
I'm
of
gonna
bounce.
let's spend 5 good minutes on an interesting topic I just thought of. So, and it's dinner shows at Walt Disney World. So we have Hoop De Doo,
Yep.
awesome dinner show. We've never done that together. We need. I'm kind of new to the Hoop De Doo, and I'm just
Should
absolutely
do that.
loving it. It's like a regret of mine that I waited so long to do. And then would you kind of call Beer Garden kind of like a dinner show, right? I've never been, but would you kind of call that? Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it's
yeah,
like a
yeah,
show,
yeah,
it's some
yeah.
entertainment kind of.
It's not as staged as Hoop De
Right.
Doo, but I mean, you got like
Right.
some dudes with a like looking
So
like
maybe
a
I'll call this like dinner entertainment kind of.
yeah, yeah, it's like
And
the
then
Ricola commercial. Yeah.
we're missing the luau, which is painful.
Oh,
We
I
lost
love
the
that.
luau, and I know you love the luau. I enjoyed the luau. It was a cool thing at the Polynesian. So I feel like with the loss of the luau in particular is kind of where I'm getting at. We're lacking some kind of dinner show, and as like a new fan of Hoop De Doo, like I want more of this. I want more like lively meals. And so I'm asking you, let's talk about this. What existing restaurant would you take to kind of turn it into like a dinner show in quotes or some kind of like cool entertainment that's not like a character meal kind of a thing? And I'll give you an example so because I already wrote it down. But I've heard a lot of people talk about, and you just mentioned in this episode, ironically, boat rights. And that's a restaurant that I haven't gone to. And I know Veronica's talked about it. I think you've talked about it too. Yeah, it's pretty good. But like, I just don't have that draw to it. But what if they announce like they're going to have like some New Orleans like band or like some cool history like dinner show about New Orleans history while you had like your meal at boat rights? Like, sign me up. I think that would be so cool. Or you had like some jazz band just playing during dinner or something. I think that'd be really cool if they kind of converted to that to like some more entertainment thing. And I feel like boat rights always has availability, so maybe this would help book some ADRs there too to get more people to visit Orleans and go to boat ride. So I would kind of turn that into like a dinner, some kind of entertainment show.
You know what's funny about that is out at Disneyland, that Tiana's Palace, like little quick service place. I was out there just having like it was like there's a po' boy or something. I just got a sandwich and some jambalaya like side or something. It was super good. Just sitting there by myself eating it, and bam, a jazz band popped out. Like there's a mini stage right
Perfect.
there, like under
Oh
the
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
like a
Yeah.
circus top or something. You sit under. It's just like a canopy
Well,
or
it's like
something.
where the beignets are,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Like
right
that
around the
stage show.
corner
Yeah.
from the beignets,
Yeah.
100%. Like you're sitting there, and bam, there's like this mini stage. I was sitting right by it, but I didn't notice it. I mean, it's a super small stage. Boom, these 5 dudes come out, this jazz band, bam, hop onto the stage, and they played like not long. They played like 3 or 4 jazz songs. I was like, God, this is the best. I'm like, this is why Disneyland rocks. Because I'm sitting there eating a po' boy, some jambalaya on the side. Like it was a perfect night too. And I'm just like, God, like this is the best. Like, dude, they're just jamming on their banjos, and I'm like,
So good.
dude, this is the best. Yes, that's a great.
Disneyland is so good at that. Like, and maybe that's why I brought this up because I've been editing like Hawaii videos and there's like seems to be like a live musician at like all these places and like just there's just something about that vibe, right? When you have someone performing live during like a meal. Like I think about the Trader Sam's out there. usually has a guitar player. I think I've seen it at the Polynesian too before. I just feel it's like it's been a minute, but I just love like you're at Trader Sam's and someone whips out a ukulele and just starts playing music. I just think that just adds to the energy and the vibe.
Yeah,
But
Jason's mentioning like Raglan Road, you got the Irish dancers. You know, that used to be like back in the day, that was like a big thing. Like they're always up on the bar. I don't know
oh
if it was
yeah,
a bar, but they had like they'd be up on a stage, you know, they like up high. They showed that a lot on the resort TV, and they did that when you went in. I remember I was there one time when they did. I was like, that's cool. That's back when you used to have those like TV commercials with that
for
one
sure.
guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember what his name was, but like they sold that was a big deal for a while.
I would just love to see more of this. Like, I don't know. Do you agree with that? Or like I
You
know
could sell this like all the time. Like people pay big bucks to go to Hoop De Doo, and I think like people pay big bucks to go to the luau.
the luau for sure. Yeah.
I wonder if
The
it's like
lu and the
cheap.
luau was only like it's kind of like hoop-de-doo, right? It was like 4 nights a week or something, 5 nights a week. And that's totally fine. It doesn't have to be every night, but like it would just be so cool to have like another dinner show option. And I'm not creative enough to like especially since I just came up with the question, I wasn't even thinking about it. But like if you gave me some time, like maybe we could think of like a cool location for it to be at. But I just feel like it's a miss. Like they could be totally having another dinner show.
My location that I would put it. Now I don't know how the show would go. Would be well. I mean, again, but see, it's the same location as Hoop De Doo though. It's like Wilderness Lodge because you got Geyser Point. Where
Mhm.
else do you have like space, like a venue? I'm trying to think. Is there
I know. I'm
something?
just thinking about like, could they just because like the luau was like on a separate like piece of land or whatever. Like, is there
You need like
just
a
take
like
like
almost like a
Coronado and just put like a new piece of property somewhere and where there's a cool dinner theater? I don't know,
I do like that. I do like that. Hmm. I'll have
but
to
just something
say
to think about. It just got me thinking because like I know it's been several years since we've had the luau, but like man, I just feel like we're missing another dinner show.
Veronica's got it though. So at the boardwalk,
Oh
because
yeah,
you got venues there. You got Jelly Rolls is sitting empty. The dance hall, they do use the dance hall a lot though for like corporate events. But yeah, Jelly Rolls that could be
you could do like a vaudeville like old
yeah
time like 30 show or something like
yeah like kind of like a speakeasy kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like vaudeville or speakeasy or like yeah like a prohibition era kind of show. Yeah, and like yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, totally. Oh my god, dude, we're just
I
Disney
know.
right there. Dude,
Disney.
people would go to that. People because it's kind of like an Edison like kind of vibe where people dress up and go to the Edison. Don't they do
Love that.
shows there kind of thing? Like people
Yeah,
wear
well, I
like
mean, there's like a musician there, and there's like some people like dressed up. Yeah, it's a cool
oh
spot.
dude. What do you say when somebody says the exact same time? We
Jinx,
Jinx. There you go, Jinx.
Jinx with the live chat.
Exact same time. There you go. You owe me a soda or whatever. Okay.
Give me a soda.
There you go. So what else do we got? So we've talked we've actually talked cruise line, Disneyland, and Walt Disney World. What else could we do? Let's do 3 and take 1 away. So if I gave you, let's go 3 snacks. Let's go 3 restaurants. Because I know you like your restaurants. I'm going to give you Boathouse. I'm going to give you Homecoming, and I'm going to give you
In here.
Topolino's.
Oh,
Which one are you going to cut?
which one am I
But
cutting?
it's Homecoming brunch.
Oh, so you had to go pick my favorite meal. I got you there. Oh man, it's tough because Topolino's is not going away. That's untouchable for
I
me.
know that.
So we know that's staying away. Um, but I feel like Bohouse in recent years has kind of dropped a little bit. Like 2016, 2015 when it first opened, it was great. I just loved the vibe there. It was so awesome. The food quality was better. They don't even have that burger anymore. Like the Gibson burger isn't even on the menu anymore, so there's been some menu changes there where I think Homecoming improved by adding that brunch to it. But that said though, I love Bohouse. I can't get rid of Bohouse. I'm getting rid of Homecoming. Sorry, Homecoming. I know I'm dining there this summer, but I just can't. Bohouse is just too good. It's just too much history there. What about you? I throw it right back at you.
Okay, so Topolino's would go for me just because it's not. I like Topolino's, but I'm just not the fancy dining guy. Like it's. I don't do fancy well, and it's not saying that it's not good. I just and I enjoy my meals that I have there, but I'm just more comfortable in more casual places. And Homecoming's more casual. And Boathouse is nice, but it feels more casual to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't feel as fancy, which Topolino's is super nice, but like I just feel kind of it feels a little more stuffy.
Right.
Do you kind of understand what I'm saying? Like I know that
I
like
do.
that's your scene more. Like I just feel like I don't understand the food as much there. It's
I
like
get it. The quality of the food is so good there. It's so good. Oh, that sole, that fish. Oh my gosh, the
but see, I don't
fillet,
even know what soul
the
is. Like
ricotta.
I've never had soul in my life. That's my
I
thing.
hadn't until I went to Topolino's. Thanks to our
I
friend
didn't-
Robert. I feel like I've introduced that dish to so many people. Little does Robert know, like how many people he's introduced that to because introduced it to me. Oh man, so good. I,
it's
I got a fun take one off the board that I just thought
yeah,
of. I'm gonna give you the answers first, the options first. You
okay.
know, Hollywood Studios, Epcot, Magic Kingdom. Ooh man, bet you didn't see that coming, right?
Yeah.
So the question is though, you can't go to one of these parks at night anymore. So you can only go in day. So you had to remove one of these parks. You can no longer go to either Hollywood Studios, Epcot, or Magic Kingdom at night. The rest of your time visiting Walt Disney World.
God. So it's an easy choice except for one thing. So I would say Hollywood Studios.
Oh, but the Christmas at night is so good. Just think about the holidays.
That and Fantasmic.
Oh,
Fantastic is the thing because I
that's
love
yes.
Fantasmic. I do love I've grown to really love Fantastic more over the years, and that's my wife's favorite nighttime spectacular by far.
It's so good.
Oh, dude, but other than that, like say take that those two things out, and it's definitely the studios because like your shows are all done by the night, so those are all out, so you don't have a whole lot
But the
happening.
neon on Sunset,
Yeah,
like
yeah, that is true. That is beautiful at night. But I mean, Epcot at night is a ton of fun. World Showcase is fun to go around at night. Yeah, I'm gonna go studios. I have to.
it's tough.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
really tough.
other than that, I guess. What would you do?
I don't know because man, you brought up Fantasmic, which like I love Fantasmic, and I talked about the neon on Sunset. Like the other side of the park is still cool too, but like just like the main Hollywood strip and then Sunset, like that's just so good. But like World Showcase, I think is like now it can get rowdy at night. That's where like I kind of don't like it sometimes at
I
night.
agree with
You
you
know,
there. I'm 100% with you there. I don't
like
like that.
it can get rowdy. Festival seasons can be rough, but I think it can be like so romantic too and like so charming, right? I just love hearing the background loops at night, torches lit, fireworks shows, like I think are great. Magic Kingdom is the no-brainer because it's just there's some kind of energy about Magic Kingdom at night. Like you just feel like a little kid again when you're there. So I think I'm actually going to cut Hollywood Studios as well, as painful as that is. To never be able to watch Fantasmic again, though. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
I know, I
Like
know.
I hate this question. Why did I come up with this? But
Here's something else I gotta tell you though, from watching all these vlogs. And by the way, did you watch that one dude that I told you to watch
I
yet?
started watching it. I
You
started
did
watching
not
it with
tell
dinner
me?
last
I made my wife
night. It's
watch
gonna
him.
take some getting used to. Like,
He is so funny, dude. He writes his own songs. Like it's crazy. I made Pam watch
Liz,
it last night.
so Liz heard one of the songs, and I couldn't believe she said this. She said my songs are better than his, and like because I'm always like singing like fun songs in
Plays
the
a
house.
piano though. Like he like makes like the music. I don't even know how he does that. Like he must be like some piano player or something. I don't know how he
Yeah,
does it.
he's got
Anyway,
some talent.
I don't know what's going on. But like he's like wifey doggy paddle, wifey doggy paddle. Anyway, so whatever. I made Pam watch it. She's like, you are an idiot for watching. I'm like, I know. I watch all
I,
these.
I I need to. After I finish this next editing of video, I will watch it. I'll probably watch it tomorrow.
Anyway, I was gonna tell you though, from watching all these vlogs of the Magic, dude, they play Phantasmic all the time on the Magic
Ooh.
because it ties into some part of the cruise. I'll tell
Okay.
you.
Oh,
So
really? Okay.
yeah,
Sweet.
yeah. But I love it because they play Phantasmic, and that's kind of our jam for the podcast.
It
The
is. It is.
intro.
It's the opening theme.
So yeah, I'm excited about that. Okay, so I was gonna ask you. Oh, now I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh my gosh, I had something that was super important. Oh, I have a take, not a hot take, but a take, and I wonder if you feel the same way. Vacation at Walt Disney World. Well, I kind of mentioned this with the cruise thing. I think vacation is 50% better at Walt Disney World Monday through Friday than over the weekends. Am I right or wrong? Like I feel like when you're in the parks, just in general, like I'm going down next week and I'll be there Tuesday. I'm going down late Tuesday night and I'm coming back Friday afternoon. because I just got to do this thing with Pam for the agency. But I'm going to be there. So basically Wednesday and Thursday. But I just feel like Walt Disney World is infinitely better on weekdays than weekends. Am I right?
100% better.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, good.
I think the social media has something to do with that, because you can just troll people that aren't there that are working. Like, oh, you're like, because I mean, I don't, when we do it with the kindness of our heart, but like, I know you'll be texting me stuff when you're down there. And then when I'm down there during weekdays, work days, I know you're booking travel, having your peanut butter sandwich. Then I send you this great lunch that I'm having. It's just more fun, like on the weekdays than on the weekends.
I
Plus
mean,
the crowd, I mean, just the atmosphere. I think it's just more fun. Like, you're like, oh, I could be working right now or whatever.
Yeah,
and I know you work 7 days a week though, but
I do, because I mean, I don't. That's what I tell Pam. Like, I mean, I love what I do, but I don't get weekends. Like, the only time I'm off is like if I'm on a Disney trip. That's it. I mean, I work on Christmas, I work every holiday, but then it's fine. But the thing is, like, if I'm on a Disney trip, I'm not opening the laptop. I have somebody cover for me, and that's my time where I totally disconnect. But seriously, man, I love that feeling of like it's Tuesday morning and I pretend like the rest of the world is doing their 9 to 5 and I'm getting ready to have a bounty platter. I just love that. Like, like I should be teaching school. I still think that, even though I haven't taught since 2017. I just think it feels like you're getting away. Like, it's almost like you're playing hooky. I'm like 51 years old, but I still feel like I'm an 8-year-old playing hooky from school. I just love that feeling. It's great. I've always felt that on Disney vacations. Like, it's Tuesday and I'm in the parks on 10:15 in the morning. Let's go. All right. Anything? We got a couple more minutes, probably about 3 minutes. You got one more thing?
I just got a 4th of July question for you, since I'm going to be down there. And it's always a no-brainer for me. I'm going to Epcot on July 4th. But I never like consider Magic Kingdom, and I know they do their fireworks like on the 3rd as well. But I never want to go. I never want to go to Magic Kingdom on the 3rd and see those fireworks. So I've only seen those fireworks once, I believe, and it was a couple years ago where I booked a Narcoossee's meal so I could like watch them, which I'm doing again this summer too. But like, am I missing out on something? Do you think I should try to battle those crowds and watch the show on the 3rd inside Magic Kingdom too?
I do. I mean, if I'm going to be there on the 3rd and the 4th, I definitely do the double header, right? I do go see them on the because I'm super patriotic, dude. I love it.
Oh yeah.
But my strategy. I should say this out loud.
And then don't change our answer.
I will. I just kind of hang out because it's always hot as Hades for the 4th of July fireworks. I'll
hang out in a gift shop.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say I'll browse the Emporium there for a while, and then I'll just pop out on Main Street right about the time the fireworks start. I don't like jumping in front of anybody. I'm polite about it, but there's no reason that you have. If you're back on Main Street, because they do projections all down Main Street, and so I will just sacrifice a little bit of the view and just kind of peruse the shops on Main Street, and then just pop somewhere into the middle of Main Street as the fireworks get ready to start and stake out a spot where I'm not blocking anybody's view and watch the fireworks there, and that's kind of how I roll on the 3rd. And then the 4th, I'm definitely at Epcot. I mean, Epcot, you got to be there on the 4th. Epcot's the jam. I love it. I hate that we're not getting, but we're doing a thing here on the 4th of July and we want to do it with Mallory. She's really mad that she's not going on the cruise.
Oh, I would be too.
I mean, yeah, she's really fired up, but she can't. I mean, she's got cheer. It's just like, sorry. I mean, you made a commitment, and we did too. We made a commitment to be on the Magic. Sorry.
That's funny. Now I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen the 3rd. I was thinking about New Year's fireworks, because they do the same for New Year's. They play them on the 30th, and that's where I saw them from Narcoossee's. So, and I think, right, it's like gonna be like patriotic music. It's gonna be this cool show,
It's all you'll love them because, dude, it's that like John Sousa music.
Yeah, like that's John Sousa marches.
You'll be loving it, dude. It's your jam, dude. It's all that marching band music. You'll be like,
I love that stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I should go into Magic Kingdom, cancel that Narcoossee's ADR. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you'd love it. That's totally. I didn't think about that. That's your jam. yeah.
Well, we saw the great show. Actually, we saw that one at Disneyland on 4th of July. That
Oh,
one
yeah,
in
yeah.
22, and that was great. It was probably a
Yeah.
similar show. That was
Probably is.
something about, and then we were like wearing sweatshirts.
I know, dude. You will not be doing
I
that,
know.
dude. You'll be sweatshirts. No, you'll be sweating.
Wasn't that great though? It was like nighttime on 4th of July, Disneyland Main Street, wearing sweatshirts, watching 4th of July fireworks. Oh,
We
man.
wore them every night that trip.
Yeah,
Like,
those white ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We bought them. We wore them like every night. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're kind of chilly.
Liz had to exchange hers a couple minutes after purchasing it, if you remember.
Because she got a little good luck from a bird above. That was good stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Well, it was a
gosh.
fun show,
Yeah.
just like kind of all over the place. It was fun though.
This is a little behind the scenes of what happens when we just hang out. This is a Mike and Scott hanging out show, and this is a holiday, so here we are. This is what happens when Pam and Ricky leave.
Look at that. And we're done recording before you would even like start recording. Look at that.
I know. That's right. We got done in time for me to on a holiday go grill hot dogs with the girls. So
nice. Actually, I might go do this. I might go do the same actually.
there you go. It's what we're supposed to do. All right, we're going to jump out of here, but we'll have we're going to be back together again Sunday night. So join us for the live call-in show that'll start at 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central. We'll be taking your calls and talking Disney. So if you have one of these topics, let's just do this for another hour, but let's add you into the conversation and have a BOGP open line. So Sunday night, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch. So join us for that on Sunday night. Don't forget, our show is always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Just click through that when you do your online shopping. We appreciate that so much. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You guys keep us on the air, so thank you hugely for that. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get that bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd sure love to have you. Patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. Give us a follow on the social media. I'm at BeOurGuestMike on X.com, Instagram, and Threads. You can follow Scott in the same places at Epscott, EPSCOT. But you need to follow them at Must See Adventures over on YouTube. Scott, what are we going to check out this weekend on the channel?
Yeah, just our Hawaii series. Awesome day at Pearl Harbor and Waikiki, and coming up will be another exciting episode where we start off the morning with a big hike on a big mountain. So don't want to miss that.
What's Diamond Head, right?
Diamond, you got it right. Yeah, sunrise on Diamond Head. That's the way to do it. For sure.
All right. So check it out. Must See Adventures. Like and subscribe. Our channel. Be Our Guest Podcast on YouTube as well while you're over there. And again, come over to the clubhouse, and that's where the conversation never ends. We have a good time. It's free for everybody. Join us. BeOurGuestPodcast.com/clubhouse. I see Mohawks headed over there right now. All right. We're going to jump out of here and wish you a great weekend. And congratulations once again to Emily Gardner. We're so proud of you. All right. We can't wait to celebrate with her on the Magic. All right. We're going to jump out of here. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. All righty. Good stuff.
That was a fun episode.
Hey, man. Appreciate it, buddy.
I had like no ideas. I was like, oh, like
I didn't either. Dude. I was giving up on the wrong.
The dinner show one was kind of weird, but like whatever. It got us talking.
I figured you and I could just make it up as we go. So there we go.
Absolutely.
All
Good
right,
engagement. I hope everyone's enjoying their Memorial Day.
Yeah, same
here in the States.
Cool. I'm glad I get to have dinner with the girls for a change.
That's awesome, man.
Mallory actually requested to have dinner, hot dogs with us, and she never wants to eat with us. So
there you go. Well, you better take advantage of that with your senior. Is she done with school this year now?
No, she goes till June 3rd.
Oh wow.
I know, because it's snow days.
Okay, well, she's got a little bit then. Not quite a senior yet, but close enough.
Yeah, no, we got an email about how she has to get her senior pictures, like for the yearbook at a certain place. I was like,
oh yeah, just wait till all the emails you're gonna get.
No, it just started. I'm like, oh,
dude, our principal was emailing us every week, but this seemed like with a new update for seniors. Yeah,
ready. It'll be fine.
All right, enjoy it. It's gonna be awesome.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Have a good one.
All right,
bye everyone.
Bye.